Hi, my salty pecans. Oh my gosh. I know I look like an oily mess. And I'm like, let me hop on to YouTube to go live for tonight's house plant and cocktail. I don't plan on staying here for too long. I think I might do maybe about like 20, 30 minutes. It's almost 9:30 right now. I literally just got home. Believe it or not, I probably got home less than 10 minutes ago. I've been out all day. I've been at work. I left work. Um, I had like a doctor's appointment, went to that doctor's appointment, rushed into Brooklyn, did grocery shopping before things closed because this particular grocery store closed at 7. I made it like in the nick of time, and then I needed another ingredient. I literally went to 5 different, hold on, let me count. I went to 7 different grocery stores, and on the seventh one, I finally found what I was looking for because I wanted to cook dinner for tonight. So the last 2.5 hours about, I've been on this like rat race to find the ingredient that I need. So like I came home, changed my outfit. It started pouring raining like out of nowhere. So I had to like take off like my summery shoes, my summery dress. I had to like throw on something like random, and went to the grocery store. Like I said, couldn't find what I needed. Finally found what I needed. So it is 9:30, and I'm definitely going to be having a late dinner, probably around 11. But I wanted what I want, so I found what I needed, and that's all that matters. I am someone who's like so determined. Once I put my mind to it, there's nothing else. Like if I want it, I'm gonna work hard to get what I need. Okay. So tonight, no, 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 don't jump. Get down. I hate when they do this jump thing and then they kind of like mess with like my mouse pad. There's like no space for you right now. And literally, like I said, I got home like 10 minutes ago. So she hasn't gotten like no super affection. Because again, these cats are really like clingy, really affectionate. Um, like parts of the family. And she was just like, girl, you just came home and like you just hopped on this computer, literally. So tonight's houseplant and cocktail of choice is something really simple. I don't really want like too much alcohol or much alcohol at all. So I thought something really light, and it's just Sprite and tequila. So I'm just gonna do a little tequila and Sprite mix. I already have my ice put in here because again, we're not making a fancy cocktail. And the ice, of course, is this little beautiful leafy motif, because why not? So I'm going to just pour like a little bit of this blue Jose Cuervo. That's blue. Yeah, it's blue agave, the Jose Cuervo. Let's go ahead. And the reason why I'm not staying long tonight, I have again so much stuff to do. I'm redoing my hair, so I'm gonna do a different style. I have a fun situation coming up like in the next couple of weeks. So I want to redo my hair. Like my hair, has been installed for a minute now. It's really grown a lot. We have plenty of new growth, right? Um, so it's definitely time to redo our style. Okay, actually wouldn't mind leaving this for like a couple more months, but again, I have something coming up soon. And I have the lemon lime Sprite with a little bit of the tequila and plenty of ice. Yeah. And that's it. We're keeping tonight's cocktail really, really simple. Sprite and tequila. Mm, cheers. Perfect. Not too spicy and not too flatty. So, as you can see by the title, you see that I titled it Red Moon, Red Moon, Red Sun, and Orange Skies in New York City, because this past week, New York has just been a scene out of a movie. Okay, you could not see probably like more than like 20 feet in front of you. And when you get to like 10 feet, it's already really hazy. So you can't see past 10 feet. So it was just really interesting because all of this was caused by the wildfire that was happening in Canada, right? So, all the smoke is traveling from the higher up north and it's coming further south. And one of the hot spots definitely was New York. And I was looking at the map of like, where it's like concentrated. So I was saying, like, I wonder how states that are like further up, right? So I'm in like the city. So imagine like Maine and like Vermont and more northern states. I wonder how their air quality, their situation was, because New York was so bad. I think like the air quality was like 500 in the 500s, which is insane because usually the air quality in New York at least is like 20s, you know, 40s, but like in the 500s, it was so bad. A lot of my coworkers were having like respiratory issues. I don't know if you remember, but like I also like watched some of like kiddos because like in undergrad I was a nanny, so I still have relationships with a couple of the families. So one of my little kiddos, she has asthma, and she literally said that in 1 hour she probably like took her inhale like 2 to 3 times, like every hour, the last couple of days, because the air quality was so bad. It was really really irritating them. My coworkers, I have like a lot of like elderly coworkers, so they were having like coughing, and they're like, oh my gosh, I like, it's difficult for them to breathe. So very interesting. But again, it was just like patches of the Northeast that was dealing with this. So New York City was dealing with it, but like New York City was dealing with it, but like maybe I'm like making this up, but maybe like Vermont or like New Hampshire wasn't dealing with it. Even though they're closer to the fire, they're closer to Canada, but it was not like as bad as it was in the city. So I'm happy that that's diminishing, that's winding down, because it was really bad, really 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 bad. Like today, bearable. Yesterday, a little bit better. Well, today is a bit better. Yesterday was bearable. The day before, horrible. The day before that, even worse. So it's taken like a solid weekish for the sky to start clearing up, for the sun to start shining. But even then, it's like the sun is like struggling to shine. And with the light, um, but like I said, the light, but like even the sun, let me see. I remember I took a photo. I was on the bus, and the time says it's 6:09 p.m. when I took this photo, right? 6:09 p.m. This is what the sun was looking like. Let me show you. Let me see. It says 6:09 p.m. And this is the sky. You literally can't see anything. So that was a little like scary, honestly, to go through. And I see like memes all online, like, oh, people from California be like, oh, what are you complaining about? I deal with this all the time. And it's like, dang, it really sucks that Californians deal with wildfires annually, but we here in like New York, we don't deal with that. And also, it was also like when like New York had the earthquake like a while back. That was like our first earthquake in God knows how many decades. And again, if you're like in the Pacific, right, then you deal with certain things. So that was that. I'm happy again, like that is done with. But the next thing I want to talk about, because I'm looking at the time and I'm like, all right, Pam, you're like 10 minutes in and you're still chatting about this dust bowl. That's good. So I had gifted my sister two plants for her office. She runs an esthetician business in the city. So of course I wanted to like add a little bit of my green touch to it. But the issue is that her office does not have ample light. And the way like her hours that she's created, for her business is that like she can't guarantee that like every single day that the plant will get light. And the way that we would have the plant situated, we would have to like add a grow light. And right now she's just like, okay, she doesn't have like just the mental space, the physical like desire to like have to like install grow lights. So she completely like neglected and forgot about the plants that I gifted to her. I went to visit the family and I was just like, yo, how the plants doing? Right. One of them, beautiful, gorgeous, doing really well. And then, like, surprisingly, because my mom took over it, right? But then this one, not so much. I wanted to give her plants that I knew would be easygoing, plants that I know weren't going to give her a lot of issues in the office. So I did gift her a golden pothos and I also gifted her a philodendron Brazil because for me those plants are really easygoing. They're really chill. They don't ask for much. They are, I'm not gonna say like drought tolerant, but they don't have an issue, with being a little underwatered or with not receiving like a whole bunch of light, which is, again, the reasons why I gifted them to her. But not everyone, wants to take that chance. So she rather took the chance and let it like die in the gift bag. So now I brought the plant home and I'm going to literally have to like rehab this plant. It looks so bad. It's super wilted. It's a combination of maybe where she kept it in her apartment mixed with this thing looks, look how bad this looks. It's just so funny because I am such a plant lady and then like sometimes my family, be doing little brown thummy things. And I'm like, where do you guys get this from? You didn't learn this from me. Like, where are you guys learning this from? Cut it out. Cut it out. Oh my gosh, y'all. How was your week? How's your week been? This week has been insane. I think I come on here every single week and I talk about how insane my week was. This week has been insane. This week has been an exciting one for me. A lot of great things have, you know, popped up for me and I'm just so happy about that. So I can't share with you all today, okay? But God willing, next Friday's HauzPlant and cocktail, I can share everything with you all. Because next Friday, yeah, I have awesome things to share with you. And I also know next Friday's live stream won't be long because the following day has something like an early morning, busy morning, long week. So next Friday's HauzPlant and cocktail for sure is not going to be long, maybe like a half hour to an hour long. And I know I'm going to start earlier. So expect next week's HauzPlant and cocktails live to probably be no later than 7 p.m. So I'm going to try to maybe hop on at like 6:30, 7. and get that rolling for like a half hour to an hour. Chat, catch up with you all, make our cocktail, and let you all know all the amazing news that I can't share today. God willing, please, let all the awesome news be awesome. And if not, then whatever. I guess I'll just won't talk about it. But hopefully, it is what I want it to be. So that is for next week's live. And also this, like I said, I'm gonna be redoing my hair, so you're gonna see new hair. I don't know if I'm going to film maybe the process, but I think I want to film the process of me taking my hair down. I'm gonna have an all nighter. It's going to be an all freaking nighter. Where's my tripod? My friend's asking me about my journey. Um, I went on a mission. Literally, I went on a freaking mission to get tamarind paste. Essentially, is what I'm looking for is tamarind paste. I seen this random Facebook video about this like guy. He made this like a butter tamarind shrimp with bok choy, scallion, and like white rice. So that's what I wanted. And since I think maybe like 1 p.m. or yeah, no, I think since maybe like since like 1 p.m. I've been wanting that. I like I said, like I got out of my appointment. I went to the grocery store, picked up my shrimp because the seafood shop was closing at 7. Got there like 6:50. uh and all the like fruit vegetable market stands didn't have the tamarind paste that I needed. The grocery stores didn't have the tamarind paste also. Finally, like I said, the 7th one had it. So don't give up, if at first you don't succeed, just brush it all off and try again, okay? In the words of Aaliyah, RIP. So that's tonight's dinner that I'm going to be chefing up. Really excited to chow down on that. My Hoyas are still continuing to make me really happy, make me really proud. I'm so ecstatic, so elated about those because the Swiffer's tail, slowly but surely, the Swiffer's tail is about to pop. Okay, you've already seen the Obovada, you've already seen the Compacta. You haven't seen the Swiffer's tail, which was the first one that actually this season showed that it wanted to bloom. It was putting out a whole bunch of pedunkies. The first two peduncles, they kind of never did anything more. But the third one, going crazy. And then I noticed, I think, a fourth and a fifth one. Let me take the plant to show you, okay? Please hold. Please hold for intermission. That's the intermission music, by the way. Okay. Hoya Swiffer's tail. Oh my god, look at this beauty. This is so freaking pretty. So there are, I have to be careful. I don't want no accidents happening with this plant. So you see this big peduncle, right? With the pedicels. So there's one peduncle here that like I said, that didn't do anything. I have this next one here. Let me see. This one right here. This makes it hard to show you. Okay. This one here also didn't do anything. This one definitely is doing a lot. Now I notice there's one here. Another little microphone popping out. So I'm hype about that. And okay, that's okay. So there's only 4 on this one. Okay, there's one really viable one here, and then I'm going to treat this plant well enough so that this one can also push out what it has to do in order for this to be a successful oil. Hi, Deborah. Welcome. So that's the Swiffer's tail. We're happy about that. We're very happy about that. I'm putting it back because I'm not trying to I start to damage this plant. We're trying to keep this plant as not damaged as possible. And here's the obovata. Here's my how the obovata is looking. The obovata is now blooming at the same time. Both of these little pedunkies are blooming at the same time. And let me just check to see. Okay. So far, just 2 peduncles on this one as well. And these are getting ready to pop open also. So I honestly am going to say this season has been really successful for me in regards to my Hoyas, in regards to my plants making me proud, and in regards to just me feeling, as silly as it may sound, but me feeling accomplished as a plant parent, me feeling really proud of myself also as a plant parent, because there are many, you know what I mean? There are many things that satisfy you as a plant parent, right? New growth satisfies us. Not seeing any pests satisfy us. The size of the leaves satisfy us. And of course, when a plant flowers, that is also very satisfying. When a plant fruits, very satisfying. And also, it's even more satisfying when you started these plants from nothing, from cuttings, from what is that? For them to now exhibit mature qualities, right? Is that essentially what I want to say? Exhibit mature qualities, like a mature plant flowers, a mature plant fruits, a mature plant grows larger leaves. So it's just like that satisfaction of not only being able to keep the plants alive throughout the years, but for them to do indoors what they would do outdoors. Okay. So really happy about that. Y'all really don't understand how proud of myself I am, even though I did literally nothing to have the plants do that, because as much advice as, of course, we can give to each other on these platforms, right? On how do you get your Hoya to X, Y, and Z? People say fertilize it, give it certain lighting, put it under shade, give it certain soil mix, let it go bone dry, overwater it, mist it. And you could do all of that to no avail. Ultimately, it's the plant itself that will decide what it wants to do. And that is the main thing that I love about houseplants. I love about this hobby is that for me, plants, I always say it, humble me. Okay. I'm someone who I'm plan, all right, tunnel vision. That's all I see. Okay. I have a goal, just like with this salmon paste. I spent 2.5 hours literally walking in Brooklyn trying to find different shops that have what I'm looking for, right? I can control things, right? Plants, I literally cannot control the plant. I can give the plant the best care that I believe that it would want, but ultimately it's up to the plant whether it's healthy stock, happy stock. And if the vibrations, and it's happy where it is, it's happy under my care. So, for example, look at this plant. Remember, we chopped this up. I think one of the first houseplant and cocktails that I did this year was me like chopping up this plant because it was not looking good at all. And look at it now. So lush, so full, so vibrant. Beautiful. Chef's kiss, okay? Hi, Miss Lady June. How are you? So if you're like now just joining us, I made a little something really simple, which was just a Sprite and a tequila and Sprite, just simple because before I started the live stream, I got home like 10 minutes before I started this live stream. So I don't have anything like extravagant, you know, prep for y'all because today has been insane. So 26 minutes in, I might leave in like a couple of minutes. But like I mentioned, I went to a doctor's appointment and it is for something like cosmetic. And I know we were talking about the whole Miss Jackie O last Friday, right? So it's not anything like under the knife, anything that I need to get medicated for, but it is like a cosmetic thing. And it's cosmetic, but it's medical related, right? So, like, we're all human, okay? We all go through things in life and we all have certain medical conditions, right? And I don't know if I want to like share quite in this video yet. It's nothing like scary, right? It's nothing that's like life threatening. It's something that's very common for women, for a lot of women, right? So it's not like something that men and women deal with. It's only women deal with this, and it's PCOS, right? I have PCOS, which it's the acronym stands for poly. That's the P, cystic. That's the C. O is ovary. S is the syndrome. Okay, so there are many different symptoms that are associated with PCOS. Okay, there are some women who like one of the worst one it probably is just being like infertility. Okay, there are a lot of people who because of this they're unable to procreate and have children. Another less threatening, less serious symptoms probably like deeper voices. Some women, you're like, why does she sound like this? She's a woman. The hormones in her body caused by the PCOS, the polycystic ovarian syndrome, you know, messes with hormones, gives her more androgens. Is it? It's not androgens. The male hormone, yeah, right, causing deep voice. For some people, they might have irregular periods, right? So there are people who, there are women who, instead of getting their periods every like 28 to like 30 days, they get their periods randomly like every 3 months or 1 month for like 2 weeks, and then they won't see their period for another 9 weeks randomly, and then it'll come for it's really irregular, okay? And there are people who have like body hair growth. And for me, mine is like I have like body hair. Okay. More specifically, I'll more specifically, I like, like facial hair, right? Like some people have like, little like random hairs that grow on their chin, or people who have like full blown like, like little mustaches and whiskers. So for me, I just have like facial hair growth, right? Which is nothing compared to more serious PCOS symptoms, right? And PCOS, again, it's not something that you catch. It's not something that you can give others. It is just something that medically, it just happened. There are people who have like more serious things like endometriosis. There are people who have like hyperthyroidism, like Wendy Williams, she suffers with like thyroid issues. There are just so many that's just what it is. So for me, it's the PCOS, and for me, my symptoms is facial hair. So the appointment I had today was with a referring dermatologist. So I have my dermatologist that I go to, and for the past maybe like 6 7 months, I've been trying to get in contact with a particular nurse who works at NYU, like the dermatology department at New York University, dermatology, to maybe like get laser hair removal. And for some weird reason, their department is just not, it's not working out with them getting the equipment that they need in order to do what they have to do. So my dermatologist referred me to someone else, and I went to the appointment today. I've already paid, like the pay, the whatever I have to pay, because this is not a medical right issue. So like my insurance doesn't cover it. It's more of a cosmetic sort of situation. So again, like this is what I'll be paying like out of pocket for, but I don't mind. I'm turning 30 this year. I just want, this is like my biggest like insecurity. You know what I mean? It makes me like not really feel like super feminine, but it's hair. You know what I mean? Like I menstruate, I have a pussy, I have a vagina. I like, so that's pretty much it. Um, you can do different things, to help not have like horrible symptoms, right? So like eating like more fruits and foods with high antioxidants, so like blueberries and like kale, spinach, things like that help with keeping the levels of hormones in your body regulated. But again, there's honestly not much that can be done. One of the more extreme things is probably like to take like medication for it if it's really really bad, but my doctor, she's fine. Like yeah, my GYN. So it's actually my GYN who referred me to my dermatologist, who's now. So I literally have like a whole circle of black doctors who, yeah, Jacqueline, PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. So yeah, I have like a network of like people that I trust. For example, my GYN, she went to my alma mater, so we both went to the same college. She's like like much older than me, but it was just something that, yeah, I really love her. She's family. She's definitely family. And when I do have children, you know um she's definitely going to be my OBG, okay, for my GYN. So yes, salty peeps. I so for you had symptoms with like bad skin, Jacqueline. She said I have it too. I balanced my hormones and cleared my skin on my own naturally. Hit you up if I want to chat about it. Yeah, no, definitely we can. So for me, seed cycling, look it up and try it. Okay, I'll look it up. Seed cycling. Let me write this down. Yeah, so for me, like I don't have any, so for me it's literally just the facial hair growth. That's it. Like I don't I don't have any makeup on besides like, my eyebrows and some mascara, but like I don't have any like foundation on or anything. So like skin wise, my skin is pretty clear. It's just like, you know, the random hairs that grow here that I really don't like. But like for example, my sister, she, like her skin, she has like skin issues for that. She also has like the menstruation issues. So yeah, and then there are other people, like you look online, they have like the weight gain issue. So a lot of people are like, wow, why is she um um you're like, why is she like so overweight? And she probably like will eat clean, have such a good diet, tries to work out, but because of the hormonal imbalances, they're like larger than they would want to be. So PCOS, there's like a multitude of symptoms. I would love to probably do a more in-depth video about it. And I think I do want to document maybe my journey for laser hair removal, because why not? Why not? It's good for me to like keep track of where I'm coming from, to like the end goal. So my doctor said, I probably would need maybe like 6 to 10 sessions, because of it's not just like, oh, excess hair growth, it's like hormonal hair growth. So I probably would need more sessions just to keep it at bay. Jacqueline says, I do laser hair removal at home now, but also I'm Italian. Ah, you got the good hair, the thick, that Italian hair. So, wow, I've been here longer than I thought I was going to be. So, like I mentioned, I'm going to go ahead and make my dinner now. I'm gonna like go deshell the shrimp, all of that extra work. I'm going to, and then start to take this hair out so I can install the braids this weekend. I want to like do braids with my hair. So I'm gonna uninstall the locks, do braids, do what I gotta do. And oh, I hate shaving. I don't shave. I don't shave. If I have to remove hair, I'll wax it off before I shave. I'll wax it off any day before I shave. I love chocolate wax. If you're someone who is like not a fan of waxing, or you're scared that it's gonna hurt, chocolate wax for me, like on a scale of 0 to 10, I think probably chocolate wax probably is like a 1 pain wise. Try chocolate waxing. Ooh, as like you know, a form of hair removal. I'm excited. I'm just so ready. I think even though like I don't have like a mustache, I might just probably have her take some of a little peach fuzz. I just have like peach fuzz. I might just ask her to get rid of my peach fuzz, maybe on the top lip. I'm paying for it, so might as well get rid of everything that I want. I don't really grow hair. Looks cat scratches. Anywhere like my not really hairy other parts of my body. I'm hairy like on my head. I have a lot of hair on my head. Um, I grow hair here, like I said, pubes, and like the leg hair, very minimal. I barely have any leg hair. I think my leg hair is as much as like the hair on my arm. So, all right, my loves, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Again, tonight's live wasn't going to be very long. Um, it's been very, very, very long day. It's going to be a fun week coming up. I love you all. Thank you, Jacqueline. Love you too. Yes, I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna go cook, and I'm really excited about the Hoyas. I'm happy the air's cleaning up. My little cocktail is pretty much done, which is a good sign. And next Friday, I don't know exactly what cocktail we're gonna do. We're gonna do something fancy. I'm feeling like a very like earthy sort of, you know, cocktail. Something maybe with like orange bitters, or like aromatic bitters, something ginish, something maybe, you know, yeah, herbally. I'm feeling for next week. Yes, I already know how I'm gonna feel next Friday, and that's only because I got places to be. Okay, if you haven't already, Salty Peeps, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed just watching me ramble on for the past almost 40 minutes, or however long you've been here when you hopped in. And again, I will see you on the next one. I can't promise it, but I might do my best to try to put out a pre-recorded video this weekend for you all. Again, I can't promise it, but we will try. Tomorrow morning, I'm actually gonna go see the Spider-Man movie, the new Spider-Man into the Omni universe. So it's a little solo movie trip. Do you all go to movies by yourself? Do you go out by yourself? I go out by myself all the time. And I go out with my friends all the time too. But like I go to the movies by myself, I go to the bar by myself, I go to dinner by myself, I travel by myself. I do a lot of things by myself, but I really love my own company. The number one thing I look forward to, believe it or not, is coming home and being in my own peace and solitude and not having to interact with anyone. I love my friends, I love my family. I'm single, so I don't have like a partner. I love my girls, my kitty boos, but I just love being in my house and not having to like talk to anybody. But I'm really social. I love being outside. And I think that's why. Like I have to have a social life in order for me to really appreciate the peace and tranquility of being at home. Because a lot of people don't like their peace. A lot of people don't like being by themselves. A lot of people don't like the sound of their own voice, being alone. I love it so much. So much. But you need to have a healthy balance of two, okay? Because nobody wants to have like social anxiety. I think, once you start being so like reclusive, staying in yourself, staying at home, especially for like people who work from home, you kind of lose touch on like how to socialize with humans, something that you've probably been learning for like 20 plus years, and you lose it in a matter of like months, right? So don't lose that. Keep your social self, but learn to be happy and love yourself and be one with yourself. Okay. With that ramble being said, I will see you on the next one. Let's get go my salty pecans.